So guys, in this course we will learn how to automate WhatsApp. You can see over here, we cannot see the proper coding over here because we will learn that in our videos. So anyway, so if you run the first cell, it will open a Chrome browser, and then it will ask you to scan the QR code for login. And then obviously you will scan the QR code, and after scanning the QR code, it will ask the photos which you want to pass. Obviously you can remove that section as well, but for me I'll just paste a path where the photo is actually located, and then it will ask for a message which you want to send for around one time, two time, 50 times, 1000 times, 2000 times, whatever you want. We can obviously modify that later on. And anyways, let me just write over here, WhatsApp automation tutorial. Okay, that's it. Now if I run the second cell, it will send the message that is a WhatsApp automation tutorial for 50 times. Okay, so now let's see that if I run this second cell, you can see it is sending the message automatically for 50 times, right? And let it be finish. Well, yeah, now all the messages are now sent. And now if I just run the third cell, it will send the image or video, whatever you choose. For now I choose the image. You can see we choose this path. Actually this is a .jpg file, so that is the image. And now if I run it, you can see it choose the photo and it send the photo automatically, right? So in this whole course we will learn how to do this kind of things. You can modify that later on according to your choice, and obviously if you learn the basic things you can go into the advanced levels. Okay, so guys, to automate the WhatsApp you obviously need Selenium, right? So if you don't have Selenium on your device, you just need to go into your terminal. For example, we are going into Jupyter Notebook, this folder's terminal. So here I'll just write pip install Selenium. Okay, that's it. Now click enter. It will download and install Selenium on your device, and then we will use this Selenium. Okay, you can see the Selenium version 3.1.141.0 is successfully installed on my device. Now we can use Selenium, but there is one more thing required. If you are using Chrome, you need Chrome drivers. If you are using Firefox, you need Firefox driver to automate it, right? So for that you just need to search download web driver for Chrome. Okay, because here we are using Chrome, but if you are using Safari, you can obviously search for Safari. If you are using Firefox, you can search for Firefox as well, right? So just click it and then you will see this kind of screen. Just click on it, web driver for Chrome, and now we can see that we have a latest version 81.0. Just click on it and then you need to choose your operating system. For my it is Windows, so I'll just choose this one, and then I need to choose the path. Great, now save it. Once you download the Chrome driver, if you want to run that Chrome driver, you just need to double click on it. So after double clicking, okay, let me double click on it. Yeah, now you can see starting Chrome driver, the version of that Chrome driver, and yeah, that's it. So now the Chrome driver is running. Okay, so whenever you are using Chrome driver, you can obviously double click on that executive file, and if you wanna run that from command prompt, you just need to set the path to your environment variables. Okay, you just need to search for environment, and yeah, now over here just go into this environment variables and then select on this path, and now change this path with whatever path you downloaded this file. Okay, that's it, and then you can obviously access this with your CMD. So guys, now it's time to start our automation. So obviously, first of all, we need WebDriver from Selenium, right? So some of you may have doubt like why we need WebDrivers, right? WebDrivers are used to open that particular browser. Okay, so since we are using this Chrome WebDriver, that means whenever we run that WebDriver, it will open that particular browser. Okay, so let me just import from Selenium, import WebDriver. Okay, that's it. Now if I run it, it's run perfectly, right? If you didn't install Selenium properly, it will throw an error. Okay, anyways, so now we have to run the Chrome, right? So for that, let me choose a variable. For example, the variable name is browser. Okay, you can choose whatever variable name over here. So browser is equals to web driver dot Chrome. Okay, So you can see here the C is in capital. Okay, so remember that thing. Anyways, so now we have to choose the path of the driver location, okay, where you downloaded it. Anyways, so we downloaded it in our WhatsApp automation folder. So I'll just choose the path from here and paste it over here. And then we have to write, actually we need to change these backslashes with forward slashes. Okay, so we will just write forward slash in place of backslash. Fine. Now we have to just write the file name. Okay, so we downloaded it as a Chrome driver, right? So just select it and copy the name and paste it over here. That's it, nothing else. Now if I run this section, you can see now it is waiting some times, and now you can see that it is now open Chrome, right? It is now open this Chrome browser. So this is why we need WebDriver. If you install WebDriver for Safari, it will open the Safari browser. If you install the WebDriver for Firefox, it will open the Firefox browser. Okay, so now let's see if it ran something properly or not. So we are actually going to run this seleniumhq.org. Okay, so for that I just need to write browser, since it is the variable name, then dot get, and then the you know, the URL, okay, URL of that particular website. So it is actually https then double slash then www.seleniumhq.org. Right now if I run it, it is actually loading. Yeah, now you can see that the browser which is opened by this Python file is now loaded with selenium.dev, or you can say seleniumhq.org, because both are same. Actually you can see over here it is seleniumhq.org, but if you open that thing, it changed to selenium.dev. Okay, so both are same, that's not a big deal. So it is now opened in our browser, right, in our automated browser. Anyways, now let me just change the seleniumhq.org with the new name, that is selenium dev. So I'll just paste it over here. Yeah, great. Now let me just actually minimize this thing a little bit. Okay, fine. So this is actually our section where we are writing all the codes, and this is the automated web browser, right? So now assume we want to go into this download section with Python, okay, but by not clicking over here. Okay, so we have this download option over here. If you click on it, it will open this section, right? So without clicking on that downloads option separately, we can automate that thing as well. Okay, so for that we will just write over here a variable name where the link will be stored, right? So assume the variable name is download. Okay, that will store the download link, right? So we just need to write browser, since it is the main website variable name. So browser dot find element by link text. Okay, so let me just find it over here. Yeah, this one, find element by link text, because we are storing the link. So yeah, now in the parentheses we just need to write the name of it. So here it is downloads, D is in the capital. Okay, so we have to write over here downloads. Okay, that's it. Now if I just write download dot click and the parenthesis, it should actually click on that particular link. Okay, so now if I run it, you can see now the download section is open in our automated browser, right? So in this way you can store a link in a variable name, and then you can click on that variable name. Okay, so now let's see one more thing. Okay, so we have this search button over here. Now let me go into the actual web page. Yeah, so we have this search button over here. If you search something over here, for example downloads, it can write like this. Okay, so we can also automate that thing in our automated browser. So this is our automated browser, and obviously we need to store the link or store all the things into a variable name. So we will just write over here search. Okay, so this is the variable name. Okay, and then browser dot find, there is one more thing. We actually need to find the ID of the search bar. Okay, if you know HTML, then that's quite fine, because you already know about it. And if you don't know HTML, that is not a big deal. You just need to go over here and right click on it, and then go into inspect, or there is a short form, that is control plus shift plus I. You can just press that in your keyboard, and then you will find this kind of section. Okay, so just let me just decrease the size actually. Okay, actually I need to increase the screen, because you can see that the search box is now gone, all the things is now under this menu option, so we don't want that. So we'll increase the size, and yeah, now you can see this mouse option, right? Just click on it and then drag into this particular section. Okay, that's it. Now click on it, you will find a ID of that. Okay, let me just do it again so that you can understand properly. Yeah, so this is the search bar. Okay, so it has the ID gs underscore tti50. Okay, so this is the ID of the search bar. So we just need to copy this thing. Okay, so now we will go into our Python file, and here I just need to write actually dot find element by ID, this one. Okay, and now here I just need to put the ID. So the ID is gs underscore tt I50, whatever that is. So this is the ID of the search bar. Okay, so now we have to run the search bar using some keywords like downloads, projects, or whatever, right? So to send a text to the search bar, you just need to write the file name, that is search dot send. Okay, it's send underscore keys, and then you have to write whatever text you want to pass to that. For example, I just want to pass downloads. Okay, now if I run it, okay, there is an error. Let me check it. So we are getting this error, actually that is because we put false ID. I guess there is a mistake, so let me just increase the size and check it. Okay, yeah, so this is actually the ID of the table row, right? We don't want that, we want to input something on the search button, right? So we want an ID of this input section. So it has a ID gsc hyphen I hyphen ID1, whatever that is. So anyways, so I'll just write it over here. Fine. Now if I run it, you can see now the download is written over here. Okay, it written automatically. I didn't write anything. It written automatically when I ran this particular section, right? So in this way you can automate everything on a particular browser using the Selenium. Okay, so it is really easy using Python to automate a web browser. So guys, now we will start coding for our WhatsApp automation. So I'll just write over here WhatsApp automation. Okay, great. Now let me run it. Yeah. So now to automate the WhatsApp, first of all, you need to know one more thing. Okay, so whenever you open this WhatsApp web, let me just search for that WhatsApp web and click on it. You can see we are getting this barcode, right? So there is an option in your WhatsApp app in your mobile phone that you should connect your WhatsApp app with this WhatsApp web. Otherwise your WhatsApp cannot be automated. Okay, because we want to use the web version of the WhatsApp, right? So let me show you that how to find that scanning option. Okay, so let me go into this screencast option in my phone, and from there let me connect this computer. Great. Now let me connect it. Fine. So you can see this is the WhatsApp, right? So to find the scanning option, you just need to click on the triple dot on the top right corner, and from there just click on WhatsApp web. Okay, and then you have to click on the plus icon and it will open your camera. Okay, and from there you have to scan that particular barcode. Okay, so let me pause this video and scan that barcode. So now you can see that my WhatsApp account is successfully connected with my PC WhatsApp web. So you can see that your phone is successfully connected, right? So we will automate that thing in the Chrome browser. Fine. But before that, we have to import some more files. So for that, we will start from the beginning. Okay. So from Selenium, we want to import the WebDriver, right? Because we already saw that how to use the WebDriver. So import WebDriver. Fine. And now one more thing, from Selenium import, actually it is from Selenium dot WebDriver dot support. Yeah, import expected conditions, and this is a really big term, so we will make it short as EC. Okay, fine. And now from selenium dot WebDriver dot support dot UI import the web driver wait. Okay, and there is one more thing, there are actually two more things. So from selenium dot WebDriver dot common dot keys. Okay, from there we want to import the keys, so import keys. Fine. And last one is from selenium dot WebDriver dot common dot by. Okay, from there we want to import by. Fine, let's run it. Okay, there is no error, all the things are imported successfully. And now actually we need one more thing, we want time. Okay, so we want to import the time, don't need to write from selenium, just import time. Okay, fine. So now we will use the driver to get the Chrome driver, and from there we will open the WhatsApp website, right? So we will just write over here, browser is equals to, actually the file path is this one, so I'll just copy it from here and paste it over here. And we also want to open the WhatsApp web in Chrome, so we will just write browser dot get and then the link of that website, so it is web.whatsapp.com, so paste it over here. Fine, so that's great. Now let's run it. Now you can see this Chrome automation is opened and it is opening this section, right? So now we have to scan this barcode from your phone. Okay, but before that, before scanning this barcode, we want to add one more thing, a wait function. Okay, so you can see we imported this web driver wait, right? So we will use that. So I'll just write over here wait, that is the variable name, and that is equals to web, actually in capital, W is in capital, web driver wait, and then we will write driver comma 600. Okay, so it will wait for 600 millisecond to open the Chrome browser. Anyway, so let's run it. Okay, so this is open now. Fine. And there is an error, driver is not defined. Why is that? Oh, okay, we need to use browser because we may name it browser. Great, and let me paste it over here. Now close this one because it will open again, and let's run it. Fine, it is now opened, and yeah, it is working great. So now I am scanning my phone with this barcode. Yeah, so you can see my WhatsApp is now opened in this automated Chrome. So now let me just minimize it in new tab. Okay, so now assume we want to send a message 1,000 times to a particular person. Okay, so in that case we will first of all need the receiver's name and the message which I want to send. Okay, so let me just create. Okay, so here you can see that we have this Deeptam name over here, it is my account, my other phone number, and here I have to name it. So I'll just write target, that is equals to, then you need to use a single quotation, and within that we have to use a double quotation. Okay, because it is in markdown we are not getting any suggestions, so let me change it to quote. Yeah, now fine. Now we have to write over here single quotation. Okay, so now we have to write the exact name of the receiver. Okay, so here it is Deeptam, right? And now we want to write the message. Okay, so let me just write over here string, and that is equals to you can write whatever message you want. So this is, I can write message sent using Python. Fine. Now we already learned that if you want to perform a certain task, you need the ID of that task. Okay, so let me increase the size, and yeah, let's go into inspect, and in the body tag we have this div tag, and inside there we have another div, but you can clearly see these are not in the div tag. Okay, so these are a span tag because WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted, so that's why we cannot select a particular chat from the WhatsApp web, right? So we have the multiple span tabs, and you cannot open those span tabs as well, these are empty span tabs, right? So we have to go into the span tab, right? So we will need to write one more thing over here. Okay, so x underscore arg, and here we have to write this thing. Okay, forward slash span, then box bracket, and inside the box bracket you have to write contains, then parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis you have to write title, comma, space, then you have to close the inverted commas. Fine, and now write plus, and then the target name. Okay, because we want to search for this Deeptam name, right? And then again plus, and yeah, that's it. And now we have to wait a few times, so we will just write target is equals to wait, write dot until, and we have to write over here ec means expected conditions. Okay, so we want this expected condition, so I'll just write until, in the parenthesis we have to write ec dot presence of element located. So you can press tab, and I guess you will get some suggestions. You can see it is now processing. Yeah, so you are getting these two suggestions: presence of all elements located and presence of element located. So we will choose the second one, presence of element located, and then we have to put one more parenthesis, and where we will pass the path and this x underscore arg which we created, right? So we will just write by dot x path, I guess. Yeah, fine, and a comma, then x underscore arg. Okay, and now we want to click that particular target, because we already saw that when we find something, for example this download option, we will click on the download option, right? So here we are finding this target, that is the Deeptam name, and if the automated Chrome browser find that target, it should click on that target to open this chat section, otherwise it will not open this chat section, right? So as you can see over here, if you wanna open a chat, you need to click on that, otherwise if you hover over that, it will not open any chats, right? So you have to click on that. So we will just write over here, let me just make it target. Yeah, and we will write target dot click. That's it, right? So let's see what is going on over here. So first of all, we need to find the target, that is the name of the receiver, then the message which we will send to the receiver. Since WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted, we are not getting the ID of that target, right? So we will find that ID or find the target using this span method, because everything is inside the span method or span tag, you can say. And then we will find the target every time whenever it is not able to find that. Okay, it will not wait until the target is find. Okay, and then we will click on the target to open this chat section. Fine, now let's run it and see whether it is working fine or not. Okay, there is a type error, let me check it. Okay, the error is that it takes two arguments but three was given, right? Okay, because these three are totally separated, we have to make these two inside one parenthesis, right? So we will write one more parenthesis over here. So now this will pass only two arguments. Now let's run it again and check. Okay, it ran properly, there is no error, I guess. But actually, since we already opened that particular target, it is not able to find what should it do, right? So we have to close the automated Chrome and we have to run it from the beginning. Okay, so let's close this thing and stop this one. So now we have to run from the beginning. So let me do merging of all the cells. So I'll merge all the cells. Yeah, fine. Now let's run it. You can see the automated Chrome is opened, and I guess it will ask for the scanning. Yeah, and now we have to scan our WhatsApp. Fine. Well, it is still not able to click on that chat, so let me stop it again. And now we will change this name to test, because we can see, you can see that we changed the name with test. So let me close this thing and write over here test. Okay, I guess except that everything looks fine, there is no error, I guess. Let's run it again and see. Yeah, WhatsApp opened successfully. We have to scan that. Fine. After scanning, it should click on test, but it is not clicking on test. Well, yeah, I think I find the mistake. We have to write over here title, right? But I wrote TTLE, whatever that is. So I need to remove this I over here and stop this cell, and let me close this one again and run it again. Fine, it's opened. Now we have to scan the barcode again actually. Yeah, fine. And now it should click. Yeah, you can see that it find the test option in the title, and then it click on that particular chat, right? So it opened the chat section automatically. We didn't do anything. And now we have to send the message to the receiver, right? But now, since we want to send the message, we have to write the message. Okay, so we have to write the message over here, right? So we have to find the ID or class, whatever there is, of this message box section, right? So for that, let me just increase this section and right click on it and inspect. Okay, fine. And we have to go into this body, then div, then this div, it has some spans, and this div has the sections, right? So this is the total section, this is only the users details, and this is the chat section, right? So we will open this chat section. Here is another div, and then we have different sections. For example, this is for the whole chat box, and this footer is for the section where we will write the message, right? So let's open this footer, and it also has some more divs. So let me find those divs. Yeah, in the first div we have this emoji section, then we have this chat section, right? So we have to open this one and find this one. Great. So this is the actual div where we will type everything, and this has a class underscore 3 af6ql, whatever that is. Let me open this one and see. And yeah, it is the section which we wanted, so we have to write the message over here. So this is the class of the section, right? So we will just click on it and copy this class. Let me minimize this thing. Yeah, fine. So now we already saw that if you wanna find the section with ID, we have to use find underscore element underscore by underscore ID, right? Similarly, if you wanna find the element by class, you just need to write find element by class name. Okay, so we will just write over here input underscore box, and that is equals to browser dot find element by class name, this one. Okay, and inside this we have to put the class name, and this is this thing, this whole thing. Fine. So now we will use the for loop to send the message, because we want to send it for around 50 times, 1000 times, whatever you can use. So for time being we will use only 50 times. So we will use for loop for I in range 50, and inside the for loop we have to write input underscore box, actually box, and dot send underscore keys, because we want to send the string, right, every for 50 times. Okay, so we will just write over here the string, because we made the string variable name is string, so we'll just write over here string. And we also want to press the enter key whenever it writes something. Okay, so first time it wrote this section, where is that, this line message sent using Python, you actually need to write a send, whatever that is. Anyways, message send using Python, it will write that for the first time, then it should click enter so that it can send that message, and then it will write again, then it will click enter again, right? So we will just use over here keys dot enter. Okay, now let's run it and see. Okay, there is an error, no such element exceptions. Well, I guess we put a wrong class name, so let me go into over here this section. Yeah, we have to choose this one actually, because this is the total type a message section, right? We don't want that, we want total section. So we will just click on it and copy this class name from here. It is actually underscore 1p1pp, so I'll just paste it over here. So the class name is underscore 1plpp. Okay, so now let's run it. Now you can see it is sending this message for 50 times, and I am getting this message on my phone, right? It is hanging. This is crazy. You can also use 1000 times, 2000 times, whatever you want, and whatever person you are sending this message, he will be really angry on you. And yeah, in this way you can automate your WhatsApp using Python. So guys, in this video we will see how to upload a file automatically in Python automation, right? So for that we obviously need the path of the file. So for example, we have this image over here, right? So let's open it. Okay, this is a really big image, I guess. Yeah, so you can see this is the image which we have, and this is really big image actually. Anyways, this is the image, okay, which we will send through automation. And in our previous videos we use this test and then a constant message, right? You can obviously use the input method to ask the user whatever message he wanna send and whatever person he wanna send, right? That is not a big deal, by the way. And now we will send a photos or videos, okay? So let me just set one more thing over here, a file path where the path of the actual photo or video will be saved. So I'll just write file underscore path, and that will be equals to input, enter the file path. Okay, that's fine. And I can also use this message also as a custom message. So I'll just write over here input, enter the message. You can also write input over here so that he will ask whom it is going to send the message, but for now it is test, obviously, because we will send all the message to the test account, so that's why. Anyway, so let's close this one and run it again. Fine, it is now opening in the Chrome automated version, and now here we have to scan the barcode or QR code. Yeah, fine, scanned successfully, and now it will open. You can clearly see it is asking me enter the file path, right? So we actually need to put the path over here. So the image name is let me just copy it over here, copy the file path, paste it over here, and let me remove this one and use forward slash, because you already saw it uses the forward slash, not the backslash. So anyways, I'll just write forward slash. And there is one more thing, we have to write the file name. So it is actually image.jpg. I'll just copy the name and paste it over here, .jpg, and enter the message, right? So testing Python automation. Fine, let's run it. That's perfect, it ran properly. And if I run it, obviously it will send all the messages to the test target. By the way, we also want to upload the file. So for that, obviously we need the id or class, whatever there is. So we will just maximize this screen, and let's open test manually. And here I'll just right click on it and click on inspect. Okay, and you can clearly see, let me just click on this mouse option and go over here. Yeah, so it is actually under this div class. Okay, it has a class name and it is under the div tag. Okay, and inside this div tag we have another div class, okay, div tag, and it has a title attach. So let me click on it, and you can see it is actually that section, that attachment section, right? So we have to click on this attachment section. So let me minimize that screen and let's write over here attachment section. Okay, you can write whatever you want over here, and that will be nothing but, sorry for the message, and that will be nothing but the browser dot find element by xpath. We have to write the path like this, okay, forward slash span, but here it is actually div. So let me see that again. Yeah, it is actually div and the title is attach, right? So we have to write like this, a parenthesis, then inverted comma, forward slash div, because it is now div, not a span, and then a box bracket at the rate title is nothing but equals to attach. Fine, now we have to click on that, right? So we will just write over here attachment section dot click. Okay, and after clicking on that we will get these four sections like photos and videos, camera, document, and contact. we will use only the first option, photos and videos. So let's see the idea of that. Okay, so I'll just click on this mouse option and go over here. And so actually the image section is a input tag. Okay, so this is the section which is tag, which has a option accept, right? Accept this whole thing. So we are going to use that thing. So let me just write over here image. Okay, yeah, image underscore box, and that is equals to browser dot find underscore element by XPath, this one. And it will take the actually the tag is input, I guess. Yeah, you can see it is a input tag. So we have to write over here forward slash then input, and then a box bracket, and here we will just write accept. Let me go over here again and copy this thing, from accept to the whole thing, okay, till time. And now minimize this thing and write it over here. Yeah, fine. Okay, so you can clearly see that it is actually an input tag which takes this argument, whatever you can say, and now we have to send the file path over there, right? Because if you click on it, it will ask for the file path. So we have to send the file path over this section, right? Image box. So we will write over here image, oops, image underscore box, and that is going to be send underscore keys, and path is file underscore path, right? Great. Now we have to send that photo, right? So let me choose that file path over here. So it is under the tutorial folder, WhatsApp automation, and this image actually. Okay, so let's open it. Now you can see we have this send button over here, right? So we have to find the ID or class of this button, right? So let's maximize it again and click on this mouse and go into this section, right? So you can see this button is under this div option, div tag, and you can see there is an arrow, right? So we have to go more inside of it. So let's go inside it, and okay, and you can see there is a span tag over here, right? And the argument is data icon, that is equals to send light, right? So we have to write it over here again. So let's write over here send button, and that is equals to browser dot find element by XPath again, because we don't have any ID or class name over here, right? So we have to using this XPath anyway. So let's write the path, and that is actually a span tag. So let's go over there. Yeah, you can see it is a span tag. So we have to write over here span, like we already did over here, span then title and all. Anyways, so span, and that will be I guess a data type. So I'll just copy it from here, data type, the whole thing, fine, and paste it over here. Great. And now we have to click on this option to send the picture, right? So we have to write send underscore button dot click. Okay, but there is one more thing over here. Let me close this one. And now if you go and choose the file and click on open, it takes some time to load that photo or video, whatever that is, right? So we imported the time already, so we have to use the time to wait for few seconds, so that it should not click on the send button instantly. It should wait for 2 or 3 seconds, then click on the send button, right? Otherwise it will not load the picture or video and it will send nothing. So we will just need to write over here sleep for around 2 seconds or 3 seconds. 3 seconds would be perfect, I guess. Yeah, so now let's see whether it is working or not. So let me close this one, and first of all let's see the above one. Okay, let's see that it should send the message. What is the message? Actually the message is testing Python automation for 50 times, right? So let's click enter over here, and you can see it is working fine, testing Python automation for 50 times in around, I guess, 600 milliseconds. Yeah, it is working fine. And now let's see whether it works or not. Let me send all the messages over here. uh, yeah, it sent all the messages. Now let's see whether it choose the file and send it automatically or not. So let's run it. Okay, there is a syntax error. Well, yeah, we have to write like this because for simplification we use that method, but we have to write like this anyway. So let's run it. There is a wave driver exception. Let's see what is the error. Unknown path. Okay, so the path is unknown, right? So we have to choose the path more carefully. Actually, I need to write C, then clone, then forward slash. That's why it is showing this error. So okay, let me just run the first cell again. So let me close this one and run the first cell again. Now you can see it opened the WhatsApp web, and now we have to scan the QR code. Okay, so now we have to enter the file path, right? So let me go over here. WhatsApp automation, just click on it, copy the names, copy the file path actually, and I need to change the backslash with forward slash. This is really a hectic one. Fine, and now we have to write the file name, that is image.jpg. I guess, yeah, that's right. And now let's enter and send a message, for example, automated anything. So now let's run it. Okay, let's run the second cell. You can see it is working fine. There is an error. Oh, okay, actually that is for the last cell. We have to run that cell again, so to send the photo. So let's run it. Okay, before that, actually this sleep 3 will throw an error because we didn't import sleep, right? So from time we have to import the sleep anyway. So let's make it a comment and run it again. Okay, there is an error. Okay, let's make the sleep time so that it should not make any error, and let's write over here from time import sleep. Okay, now let's run it. Well, yeah, now you can see that it sended the photo automatically. So let's do it again with another photo. Let me download a photo over here. Let me go into Unsplash and go into the animal section, and there let me choose this one. Okay, this looks good, so let's download it and write the name image2. Okay, fine. So let's close this one, and actually instead of writing the file path again, we can just copy this one, copy the path, and let's make another section over here, cell, and here I'll just write file underscore path, and that is equals to this one, and the name is image2.jpg. Fine, now let's run it and run this cell. Okay, there is an error. Again a wrong path. Let's see over here. Okay, there is a long extension .ca download, whatever that is. So instead of choosing that file, let me copy one more photo from my photos images. I can copy this photo. Okay, and let's go over there and paste it as boy.jpg. Okay, that's fine. So let's write over here file path is boy.jpg. Fine, and now let's run that final cell. It's working. Yeah, it sent properly. So in this way you can send photos or videos using the Selenium, and you can automate the whole WhatsApp, right? And you can obviously ask for the path, the message, the user which you wanna send, and all using the input tag, sorry, input method. Okay, so this is the actual code. You can see that code, and this is also available in my GitHub profile. You can go in my GitHub profile, and from there you can download these files as well. Okay.